Please read the disclaimer. Welcome! I'm Bio, and today we're going to continue playing some horse racing games with G1 Jockey 3. Yep, this game got released in the West, believe it or not. It's once again developed by Koei/Innis, which I assume is to be an in-house development team. Published by Koei, released in 2003. It was released in Japan as G1 Jockey 3 plus Winning Post 5, Maximum 2002. So what? Is it 2 games in 1? What? A Winning Post, we'll get to that. That's another one we'll be getting to. By the way, the intro, this is the intro. It's just a black screen. So, I don't know what that means. Hopefully the game works as intended. I haven't tested any of these. So, if one doesn't work, I'm going to have to try and think of a replacement game or something. Hopefully it's going to not be an issue. We've got a training mode, there's a versus mode? Okay, we'll just go. Oh, in all fairness, this game has a built-in tutorial. That's pretty cool. I'm not going to play it, obviously, though, because I don't do tutorials. I just wing it. I think we're going to go with easy. I think that's fair, considering I'm not too familiar with the old horse racing games. I like the chill music, though. The music's pretty chill. I guess we could just go. Yeah. It's asking for my family name. Here we go. Family name for you. Yep. This setting does not affect gameplay, but I imagine it wouldn't. Oh, we can pick a trainer? Alright, so Ronnie L. Haddad. Since duty I structure outside stable to ride only in special circumstances. Friendly with veteran trainer with 20 years experience of half as sprinters, shares his jockeys with his niece. Oh, I read that wrong. I was like, okay. Oh, we got Putin. He looks like Putin, I'm gonna be honest. Who should we go with? Look at these people. There's so many. Oh, okay. Shall we take Johnny Sins? Shall we have him? I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to go with Hitman here. Also, has many outstanding horses of all ages and consistently achieves good performance year after year. Yeah, let's go with him. Yeah. Sounds like a safe bet going with the Hitman. Oh, the character models have kind of taken a little bit of a turn. Okay, so I guess they're 3D. Yeah. Haha, Nigel, aren't you going to be jump racing too? You won't get fun with such a meek attitude. Oh ho ho. Can't imagine. By the way, I'm gonna put it out here. I used to be a what do you call it? A fence attendant. What that basically means is I used to stand by I did it during the summer, right? It's like a summer job while I was in college, and it was like it's like once a month on a Saturday. No, it was once every 2 weeks. Once every 2 weeks on a Saturday, I would go to my local horse racing circuit. I'm not going to say where it is, obviously. And I would be a fence attendant. What that means is I would sit on the side and I would go in and bash down. Basically, if a horse jumps over one of the fences, they jump over like about foliage or whatever. You would go out there, you would pat down the branches and whatnot to make the I guess the jump, the obstacle clean again. And you'd also pat down any holes that the horse's hooves would have dug up. So it was a pretty simple job. And at the circuit you had like refreshments, like there was a burger van, like donut van, stuff like that. It was pretty cool, and I did it with my mate. So my friend, even for you Americans out there, and we had a blast. It's literally, it was one of the easiest jobs. You'd get paid up front when you got there. When you got there, you'd get paid straight away. £55 it was for the day. Up front, £55 for the day. And keep in mind, you were there for 5 hours, maybe 4 to 5 hours for 55 quid. Not too bad in all fairness. Yeah, okay, it's only once every 2 weeks, but still, it's a little bit of pocket money, like you use for buying video games and shit. And yeah, I went there with my friend. My friend at the time, I didn't drive, but he did. I went there with my friend, and yeah, we had a laugh. Because literally, the horses would go. You got to remember, they would have a race. The horses would jump over the thing, maybe twice, maybe 3 times during that one race, because there'd be like 2 to maybe 3 laps. I think it was normally 3 laps. So they'll jump over 3 times, and then you would have to wait until the next race. Yeah. You'd have to wait until the next race, and that could be 15, and that could be no, not 15. I'd say yeah, about 10 to 15 minutes before the next race starts. So you'd do out there a couple of times. You'd spend at most maybe when the races were happening, you'd spend at most maybe 5 minutes out on the field, patting down the holes, sprucing up the jump, the obstacle that they'll jump over, and then you'd go back and you'd sit in the car. And me and him used to just chill. You'd get packed lunch as well. They'd give you a packed lunch. Not that we'd eat it. What we'd normally do is we'd normally put it in the cooler, and then we'll take it home, and we would have it for like lunch on the Sunday, and we would just have a burger or something when we're there. Because again, you got paid up front. You got the 55 quid up front, so we'd go spend a $5 on a burger. They had other stalls as well you could go around and have a look at, all horse related stuff like riding equipment and shit, as well as other things. There was other things like wood carving shit. Yeah, it was for a lot of people it was like a day out to go to the horse races. And also one time, oh my god, it's Hitman. At one to Agent 47. At one time, only once they were short on fence attendants for Bath. Now, Bath races. Bath is a place in England. Bath races is one of the biggest race courses, one of the most popular ones. Everyone, when people go there, they dress up all posh, like with the tweed and all that, suits and shit. All posh people go there, and they were short of attendance one time, and they asked us if we could go there. So me and my mate went up there, and you got paid more for the day for going up there. We got paid, I don't know. What did we get paid? Like 80 quid for the day, I think it was. So it's pretty good. 80 quid for the day, which is 55 quid normally. 80 quid for the day, and yeah, and that was, we didn't even have to go out and pat down fences. We were going up there thinking that we were going to have to pat down fences, and we didn't even do that. We ended up being the people that directed people to the car parks and shit. So basically, we would stand at the end of the thing. It was a bit cold, but it was summertime. It was like, I don't know, it was like April, May time. Can't remember the exact month, but April, May time. Maybe March, April, May time. It was a little bit cold because the summer hadn't quite hit yet. But me and my mate, we still worked together, and like I stood on one end of the car park and he stood on the other, and we were just like still talking to each other as we were just standing there. Of course, we were like, I don't know, a good 5 to 6 meters, 5 to 6, maybe 10 meters away from each other, but we were still able to talk to each other pretty easily. And we just had to direct cars as they came in. Car would come in, we would talk to the people in the car, they would show us their ticket or whatever. We would go, yeah, okay, you go park over there, or go park over there. Oh, you're a jockey? Yeah, you just head down there. Yeah, it was a pretty easy job for 80 quid for the day, if I'm honest. Only issue with that is you had to stand there all day. You had a break. It was like it was still only like 4 or 5 hours of like maybe longer. Maybe it was like 5 to 6 hours of racing. So okay, it's just giving us like information. Donut tribute, very nice. Classic look. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I just want to finish what I'm saying because I think it's quite an interesting story because it's related to what I'm playing at the end of the day. And when am I going to ever tell the story? Be able to tell the story again? The only time we were able to leave that area was when it was on our break times. Actually, I don't know if it was that. Yeah, because strangely enough, cars were coming in for most of the day. Ah, no, I remember now. All right, so we did that for maybe like 3 hours out of the 5. I think it was 5 hours. We did that for like 3 out of the 5 hours without a break. And then after that, we then went up. We then like we were just standing there for like half an hour. No cars came in whatsoever, and we were like, "Do we need to stand here anymore? There's no other cars coming in. Everyone who wants to be here is probably here by now." And we were like, eh. So we just left. We just left this with our posts and went and had a walk around the place. And we did that till the end of the day, and no one said nothing. So yeah, pretty good. So we only actually did 3 hours of work, and then the other 2 hours were just us wandering around the complex, as you could call it. I don't know. Right. What the fuck? I don't know what I picked. Did I pick a horse? Oh, I think it was showing us the horse. I don't know what's happening here, by the way. I'll keep going next race. I want to just race. And when I click on a horse, it doesn't appear, so I don't know. Tell you what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to reset the game. There's been more of me just telling a story than anything else. I'm going to reset the game. Where's reset? Reset, reset, reset. Why is there not a reset button? That is so fucking retarded. Right. I'm looking at, I'm using like version 1.5.0 dev build or whatever of PCSX2. And I go on system and I look down and I'm like, where's reset? There's no reset whatsoever. There's no reset. There is boot ISO, full fast, run elf, pause, load state, whatever. Yeah, let's actually have a little play around in the video plugin settings to see exactly if we can get... Because it's not appearing, is it? There we go. Told you to play around in the settings. Now we can actually see a little bit of the horse racing. So this is what it's like. I think graphics are much nicer. All right, let's actually... All right, we had a little bit of a go. I couldn't get to a fucking race. So, let's go to a versus mode. See what versus mode is like. Oh, we can pick a circuit. Okay. I'm going to go... Oh, Ontario, Canada. Let's go with that. Yep. Let's go. We get to pick a... Alive in the duty. Alive on blood. What even is this? Alive beautiful. Alive my arena. Alive pleasure. What the fuck? Alive with lime? These are horse names? There's 360 horses you can pick from. Alive on blood. I'm gonna go with Alive on blood, yes. Oh, don't give me player 2, select the horse you want to ride. I fucking hate that. Oh, that's so gay. So stupid. I hate that shit. Don't you hate that fucking shit back on the PlayStation 2? Because you had to reset the system at that point. They didn't give you an option that with like, oh shit, I didn't realize that was what you meant with the versus mode. I thought I could go up against the CPU. Guess we're doing training, I guess. Let's just do training. Yeah. Yep. I don't care. I'm gonna literally just go through there and pick a random horse. What do we go with? Calling a colony. That'll do. I literally closed my eyes. I literally closed my eyes and just scrolled through menus and picked a horse. Alright. Here he is, the man himself. Calling a colony. Let's go, let's race. I actually want to see what a race is like before I can call it a day for this game. Get a bit more speed going. Of course, we're not gonna... Of course, we're not gonna win. Come on, horse. Build up the speed we need. Why did the speed drop? Oh. Oh, the race was that quick. Alright. Alright, so, I think I'm going to stop there. That was G1 Jockey 3. It's just more of the same. This time it's in English, so... And that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed my, my horse racing story, though, of how I used to be a fence attendant. I was a fence attendant for 3 years, by the way, because I was in college 3 years, so I did it all 3 years. So it's only one time I was in Bath. The rest of the time I was in my local horse racing circuit. So yeah. Anyway, I've been Bio. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.